Closed captioning for the Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh yeah, Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on the Casey Malone Show.
Today we head to Newell, West Virginia for the Fiesta Dinnerware Inside Tent Sale. And I prepare an easy Asian dish, beef bulgogi. But first, United Way's Saturday of Caring and its dedicated volunteers. Well, you all know Roxy and Seabest. She is the vice president at the United Way. We are here for the Saturday of Caring, and this is once a month.
Correct, yes.
And you get all hands on deck.
It's all hands on deck. It's amazing to see how many people we have out in this freezing cold.
We've got the cars lined up, ready for deliveries. And what exactly happens is you get referrals from all kind of different charitable agencies. And once a month, you deliver all kind of food and supplies.
Correct, yes.
How did you acquire all these lists?
So this all happened back in 2020 in the height of COVID.
Right.
Ed Moransky, whose property we're on right now, came to us and was said, what about those individuals that can't get out or shouldn't get out? You know, we have these great mobile pantries. They were popping up at the fairgrounds. They were popping up in Warren. But what about the people that could not get out of their homes? So we were like, you're right. Let's do something about it. Literally, it was a call on a Saturday, and the next Saturday, we had 100 names from Catholic Charities, Salvation Army, the YMCA, different churches, asking them, do you know of people that can't get out right now? So luckily, Save-A-Lot and the Nemmens family, Kowicki family, they had just called us that week about extra milk they had. So I called them, I said, can we do this? And they were like, we got you. We will do this. So miraculously, within a week, we came together here, 100 families, about 25 volunteers. And we were like, this needs to happen continuously. We just can't feed these people once. So we're about into our 4th year now. And
how many are you servicing today?
Today, 460 families all across Mahoning County. We take a look at who's coming in, what they need. You know, we have some people that can't have white bread, so we get them wheat bread. Some people that are lactose intolerant, so we get them lactose milk. Every month, they get a fresh vegetable, a fresh fruit, chicken, beef, some kind of meat, and then some non-perishables that will last them. But one of the biggest things that we learned from this, it's not just about bringing them the food. These people were lonely. Our drivers, some of our drivers have been doing this for 4 years, 3 to 4 years.
They are so familiar, and so they know these people.
If they miss because they're sick, if they miss because they're on vacation, they want that route back because they've made relationships with these individuals, and they look forward to them coming every month.
And you go all over, down to Sebring, I mean, every corner of
every corner of Mahoning County.
Where are you getting all of these different products?
Save-A-Lot and, you know, the Kowicki family and the Nemmens family have worked with us. We've got great donors that are stepping up. We had the ARP money from the county commissioners, realizing that we can hit the entire county, so they trusted us with that money.
So if they want to, they can contact United Way and earmark it for Saturday of Caring.
Yes.
Specifically for this event.
Right, and then we even partnered with the Difference Makers and Father Tim's organization. Segue into that, but that's...
and then that's the most exciting thing.
Yes.
That you are now going to have a place for this to take place.
Right, exactly.
Instead of in a parking lot.
Yes.
How many square feet?
About 12,000 square feet. We'll have warehouse space so we can start packing in the food, the non-perishables, and then we'll have front like office conference space where our volunteers can come and volunteer throughout the year. It's not just going to be the third Saturday. It'll be all year. We'll have different things going on and different things that we have with our United Way that happens.
I mean, you guys are out there each and every day, man, fighting this battle. And this is unbelievable. And I'm seeing all these little YSU football players.
Oh yeah, YSU football. YSU is great to us. The football team comes out, the basketball team comes out, swimming, diving, softball, women's basketball. It's amazing, the partnership with YSU. We really are lucky to have them as a partner.
Well, go tell a friend. John Leitner is out here. He is also part of the Saturday of Caring. You know, why is this so important for you to volunteer here with the United Way?
You know, hey, it just makes me feel like I'm doing my part, makes me feel special, and there's no other place I'd rather be on a Saturday morning, the third Saturday of every month, than this place right here.
Well, I love that new dealership.
Thank you.
And hey, you are one of our last holdouts. I'm glad we've got a local owner left, right?
I can't ever see me selling. To be honest with you, I just love the car business, and I don't see the point in retiring. If you love what you do, why would you quit?
We need these volunteers.
Oh, absolutely. And it's fantastic to see young people out here, too.
Right. And I'm really glad to see our business leaders and owners here, volunteering.
Thank you.
Well, Anna Marjone is one of the volunteers here, and you really help coordinate, the YSU students. Is that your key role here?
Yes. So I started volunteering with United Way over a year ago, and then this past August, I started working under the title of a community fellow. So I serve as a liaison between the Honors College and United Way. So I help organize YSU students. I post the events that we need volunteers for on a platform page called Penguin Pulse. And then when I have them sign up, I communicate with Roxanne just so she knows how many volunteers to expect and things like that.
You know, what made you want to get involved with United Way?
I really enjoyed Saturday of Caring. That was the first time I ever worked with United Way. And then I volunteer with their Success After 6. And then it really opened me up. I never realized how many things they do for this community. So I just find out more and more things that they do.
It is so nice to see you and the whole team out here.
Thanks.
You volunteer a lot, don't you?
We do. They've been doing this, and what these companies do for our program in this community, you got to give back. And we know the January one's going to be cold, and I told our guys in December we're going to be there in January because we weren't able to be here in the fall just because of games.
That's right.
To get our boys out, and we got a lot of our new mid-year transfers in, and a better way to get acclimated at Youngstown.
Hey, welcome to the show.
Yes, this is part of it.
Right. Well, I'm really glad you guys all are out here. This is really good for the community.
Thanks, Casey. We're glad to serve.
Danielle and Abby have a regular route. You've been helping for how many years?
3 years,
3
pretty
years.
much almost
Since it started.
So it's really nice to be able to talk to these people every month, know what their needs are, check in with them if there's anything else that they need beyond, the food that we're bringing them. Be that relationship outside of their homes, since so many of these people are shut in and not able to go out.
We would say a majority of them are elderly shut-ins. We do have a family. It's a young family that does have a disabled child. And it's just, again, that warm welcoming to see them, being able to, let them know about what's even happening in the outside world. We have one that we actually do Christmas gifts, Easter gifts for, because she just is that thankful for us.
Exactly. Right. Training the next generation as servant leaders. It's so important to give back to your community when you get so much from your community.
Well, Eddie, you have really stepped up when it comes to the United Way.
It's very heartwarming how our wonderful community is taken to this, and all the volunteers that come out to pack the food and drive the food, Casey. It's a testament to the great community we live in. It's taken on a life of its own. Beautiful 80-degree day here in Youngstown.
It really is. It's beautiful.
But you can see it's 10 degrees. We have 200 people here at 8 o'clock in the morning.
They are.
The world is still good, Casey.
I am really looking forward to the new center that's going to be opening up down the street.
Yeah, this really was the catalyst for that, and that we saw so many people and so many parts of the community of teams and YSU that wanted to be part of the volunteerism. This is so organized that 2-3 hours once a month, you come here, you feel good, that it led to a volunteer center. So we're going to train there. We're going to be able to keep food there and clothes there, and be able to do a lot of things for a lot of different charities. So it's exciting.
I love that the pantry is going to be named in our buddy's honor, Father Tim.
Yeah, he was one of my mentors at Cardinal Mooney, and he had one of the great lines that growing up I didn't know what it meant, is that the key to a happy life is being an unselfish giver. And for those of you out there that haven't tried it, you should. And it really changes your insides. And that's what Father O'Neill was all about. So happy to keep his legacy going.
Take off with the Casey Malone Show. Woo-hoo!
It's the Hunting and Fishing Super Show and Sale at the Expo Building at the Canfield Fairgrounds. Huge discounts on rods, reels, and more. Hunting and fishing seminars on walleye, turkey, deer, and more. Free giveaways to the first 100 kids. It's the Hunting and Fishing Super Show February 2nd, 3rd, and 4th at the Canfield Fair.
We are getting close. Scaba Camp is almost here. A year-round destination for adults with disabilities and their families to get away, close to home. Accessible to all, with no barriers. Donate now to GABA Camp. Help others to enjoy this unique recreational destination for adults with disabilities and their families to enjoy an accessible camping experience. Donate to GABA Camp. Given is living.
Kamara Jewelers is the place to buy an engagement ring because we want a relationship with you that lasts a lifetime. Your commitment with her is the same commitment we have to you.
We want to sit down with you and teach you about diamonds so you're educated on what you're buying. We have the largest selection we ever have, which is the largest in the area, and at the best value. And if it's not something in our case, we could always custom make it. We can make any dream come true.
Get real, get Kamara.
Locally sourced is good, whether it's ingredients or a bank, and that's why my bank is Farmers National Bank. Since 1887, Farmers has remained rock solid through every economic condition. Having a bank with a history of safety, soundness, and conservative management is a must. It all boils down to this. You need a bank that will help you reach your goals. I do too, and Farmers is mine. Farmers National Bank, rock solid.
You better come on in my kitchen.
Today I'm going to prepare something a little different. It is a beef bulgogi rice bowl. And it's got a lot of Korean flavors in it. And bowls are kind of popular. There's grain bowls, there's noodle bowls, and I'm going to use rice as the base, and then a lot of these wonderful flavorings like ginger and garlic and soy and sesame oil, and that really adds flavor to the beef. Now, traditionally, you use a piece of beef and slice it thinly, but this is so easy and so quickly prepared. I'm just going to use ground beef, and then you have your choice of thinly sliced vegetables to put on top. I mean, this really comes together quickly. So let's go over the ingredients, and we are going to make a bulgogi rice bowl. For this recipe, the sauce will need 1/2 cup of soy sauce, 1/4 cup of rice vinegar, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 3 tablespoons of sesame oil, 3 inches of ginger root peeled and chopped, and 5 cloves of garlic chopped. You'll also need 1.5 cups of long grain rice rinsed with water, 1 pound of ground beef or ground chicken or turkey, 5 radishes thinly sliced, 5 green onions chopped fine, white and green parts separate, 2 carrots thinly sliced, and 1/2 English cucumber thinly sliced. I have 3 cups of salted water on the stove, and I added the rinsed long grain rice to it, so we'll get the rice going while we prepare the sauce. And I got this handy dandy blender type thing from my sister, so I'm gonna give it a try. And we just add all of these ingredients right into the bowl. Now you could also use your blender, you could use a food processor, but you really wanna get this into like a smooth paste-like sauce. I chop my garlic and I chop the ginger because I think it really helps when you go to blend this. It doesn't take as much effort. So that's it. Now look at this thing. It's pretty cool. So you go like this. Let's see how it goes. And then you just hit it. And you just want everything to be smooth. And what I really like about it is that it's already in a pitcher. So I can just pour that in when I need it. Look at that, smooth and nice. So now we'll go over to the stove and start cooking the beef. Well, I'm heating up the skillet over medium high, and I can see that the rice is coming to a boil, so I'm gonna throw the lid on that, and I am gonna put it on simmer. So now, this pan should be pretty hot. Listen to that little sizzle, we'll put that over here. And now all I'm gonna do is break this up into crumbles and get it nice and brown and get rid of all the pink. Now I'm using an 80%, 20% fat ground chuck. I think the leaner the meat, the better for this dish, because I really don't want to have to drain out a lot of fat. And whenever I've made this, I really didn't have much fat at all. So this is nice, brown, crumbly. Now I'm going to add the white part of the onions and just mix this in. And you notice I really don't have any seasoning yet. I'm not putting any salt or pepper in here because with the soy sauce, the ginger, the garlic, I mean, there's so many flavors that is in this sauce. You really don't need any additional spices. So now, it's time. We'll add this. Isn't that beautiful? And it smells so good. A little bit of... So now, let's lower the heat on this. And what we want this to do is simmer. And while it simmers, it'll thicken up a little bit and it'll be perfect when we go to eat. So let's let this simmer for a good 10 or 15 minutes and it'll be done. So you have not tried this yet.
No.
This is my beef bulgogi rice bowl. Now see, look at all these thinly sliced. Now you go ahead and put your own toppings on. We have the onion, you know, the
everything that I like.
Cucumbers, everything you like. So you just keep adding that to your dish, and then it adds like a fresh, crunchy flavor, and then it all melds together with the beef and stuff. And you can do thinly sliced cabbage. I mean, there's a lot of things. Whatever you like, you can use.
Yeah.
So
whatever you have in the refrigerator.
The possibilities are endless. And then if you want a little more heat, I have the sriracha out. If you want a little more soy, I've got the Kikkoman low sodium. And I have a nice Chardonnay to enjoy with our bowl. This is the Chateau Sovereign from California. Cheers.
Cheers.
Goes
Here's to
nicely
spring.
with this. Let's hear it.
Oh, it is good.
So, taste your bowl and let me know what you think. I really, really like this dish. I think it is really good.
It is good. Can I have some soy sauce? No, I'm going to try it.
You don't want any more heat, right?
No.
So make sure you keep some soy on the table. This is really easy. You saw how quickly it came together. And the ingredients are readily available. So for this recipe, go to my website, CaseyMaloneShow.com. Cheers.
Rulli Brothers is way ahead of the competition. Check out Rulli Spice World, where you can buy bulk herbs and spices, plus candies, nuts, and fillings for pennies on the dollar. At Rulli Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
Locally owned, Hurricane Health and Wellness will help you weather the storm of your weight loss struggles. Safe and discreet, our experienced telemed team will prescribe the proper weight loss medication. Powerful weight loss solutions. Hurricane Health and Wellness.
I'm Elizabeth Bernard. For more than 30 years, I've provided our Valley with sound legal advice. My associate Jennifer Rigetti and I will be your legal representatives if you're involved in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident. Don't try to handle it yourself. We'll navigate the red tape of dealing with doctors, medical insurance, and all the obstacles that you'll face. Remember, there are no upfront fees on personal injury cases, and hiring a lawyer does not mean you have to go to court.
Call attorney Elizabeth Bernard, local legal experience for more than 30 years.
Well, it has been a while since we have featured Fiesta Tableware on the show. And right now we're down here in Newell, West Virginia with the Director of Marketing, Katie Bricker. And we are in the museum part, which is really one of my favorite places because it shows your whole history of China.
Yeah, we've been making dishes for 150 years and we've got a little bit of everything in here.
And I love that you have the original Fiesta ware, which was discontinued in the 70s and then reintroduced in the 80s. But now that you are solely concentrating on, the home tableware, That must give you so much more freedom to really develop some different products for the customers.
Oh yeah, it's given us much more focus where we can really tune into what is, what colors are popular and what our customers like, and new items that'll help our customers maximize their Fiesta displays.
And I've noticed you've done a lot with like the holiday stuff.
Yes.
You've got a lot more different things for Halloween. I just love that candy skull. That was very cool.
I love that.
And you're doing a lot of different stuff, but let's talk about these older pieces.
Sure.
When we go back here, this was still when you were doing, would this be part of the restaurant, or would this be part of, the homeware?
This would have been made for homes. So we were primarily retail based from the time our company was founded in 1871 up until 1959. And that's when we started making restaurant china too. So this display here, this was from the 30s and the 40s, and this was for people's homes.
Wow, okay, I did not realize that. So it was late when you entered the commercial field.
Yeah.
And then what area would this be when we have Dick Tracy and, things like that with the different characters?
This is more of the 1920s and the 1930s, which that was when Fiesta was introduced in 1936. So you can see some of like the bright colors on other shapes that we did as well.
So as we're looking up, you are bringing in a new color, Jade.
Jade, yes.
Which is awesome. I think it's a beautiful shade of green. But then something has to go.
It does, yeah. So we only have so much room in our plant to produce so many colors. So we usually try to keep it about 13 or 14 colors in the line. So when we introduce a new one has to go away. And this year it's slate. Yeah.
And I think slate was really different for you guys. I mean, I
was.
thought that was a really different color that such a muted, such a modern color.
Yeah, it was really an update on the neutrals that we had on the line, because we've always had white, and around that time we got rid of black and updated it with the slate.
So these are all the earliest stuff that was produced by Homer Laughlin?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so starting over here is where our oldest stuff is, so that goes back even to the 1800s, because we've been making dishes since 1871. And you can see some of our early back stamps on there. There's one that I really love that shows that we had a lot of competition with the English potteries at that time. So there's one back stamp that we have that has the American eagle subduing the English lion to show that American china was better than English.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah.
I got to get a shot of that. I can't believe there's what would that be called, a chamber pot?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the indoor
It was
plumbing
necessary back then.
Oh, yeah.
Now, anytime that you visit the factory headquarters here in Newell, you can always come into the retail shop, and they have got everything that Fiesta produces, but we also happen to be here for the tent sale, and that is really when the seconds, you really move those out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And how much of a discount do you get in the sale part?
It varies by piece, but it can be up to about 80% of what a regular piece would be sold for.
Are there any specialty items that are only available here that really aren't available in regular retail stores?
There's a lot of things, because our retailers kind of pick and choose the pieces that they think are best for their assortment. But here at our retail outlet, you can buy any piece in any color. We've got it all here. So this is the best place to shop for Fiesta.
Do you take special orders? If people wanted special things to commemorate, a family event or something, are you able to do that?
We do. We have a limit. I think we have to have 150 pieces or so if somebody wants to do that. But we do custom decoration.
And everything here can be shipped from anywhere in the country, right?
We have. We can buy here in the store. We have 2 other stores, and we also have a website online. So that's fiestafactorydirect.com, and that ships all over.
Katie says I could start working here because I do love my Fiesta wear. And look what I'm holding. It's not released till when?
It'll start being available for sale in June.
In June, but I'm here, and I'm telling you, I've got Jade right here. Look at this vase, good application for this. Your vases really are nice.
They are pretty.
Are really good. And then this is a great mug. And I just love this color. It's not as dark as, I believe it's evergreen.
Yeah.
And then but you know, that shamrock can get a little bright. So this is the perfect mix. It's jade. And I will be getting this in June. Although if I talk to Katie, maybe she'll get me in a little bit early, but I doubt it. It's not for sale. Look at that, I love this right on the back. But this is the new offering, and don't forget, we have got the slate going out, so that is gonna get a lot more popular. And now we are gonna head over into the big sale room. So luckily we are here for the big tent warehouse sale. 3 times a year it goes on. And what do you have, these are seconds.
Yes.
And where do you store them in the meanwhile? So things that don't meet
Yeah.
your standards.
Yes.
Even though if it's a little burr or something that it's still food safe.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So what we call our seconds, we say that they have aesthetic flaws. So it's you know, a scuff mark or, you know, a little, just something that makes it not able to sell as first quality. And our plant is huge, so we have plenty of room to sell them, but we bring them out especially for the tent sales.
And how does that work? Like, so you have all this china and all these, you know, tableware items produced. Is there a line? Who is your quality control? Who checks these things?
We have several lines of quality control. So it's, the pieces are checked several times throughout the production process.
Lucy and Ethel going, you know, down the
shoving the chocolate.
Hey, is this bird breaking on the ground? But like, I'm looking now, I don't see any flies. Like, I bought a lot of stuff here in the seconds, and it really.
Oh yeah, it's a great deal because you, unless you're looking very closely, you really can't see it a lot of times.
This is open all the time. 7 days a week, you can come to this retail space.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they always have the seconds room.
Yep.
But the big sales only happen 3 times a year. So make sure you check their website, and then you're gonna find out all the details, what days, and there's usually about, what, a 3-week run on them?
The indoor sale is longer, but the outdoor sales where we have the big tent, those only go on for about 4 or 5 days.
Okay, so you've got to check that out. And it looks like Fiesta Tableware, it's not going anywhere anytime soon, right?
No, we'll be here.
We're gonna have this forever.
Yep.
The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.